Yes, we're back.
Yeah, we're back again for another episode.
Remember this guy?
Yeah, we as you guys know, we just had Drew on as for X-Men 97, and we're gonna continue our talk with him about his new novel coming out, Retribution.
Bam.
And a little bit about maybe the publishing world and what Drew is looking to do with his future in all aspects of his life, not just writing.
Right, and tell us about that fat money you're making.
yeah. So real quick, this is the whole reason you came out here. What happened with that? Let's get right into the meat.
Book signing?
Let's get right into the meat, dude.
Because we talked about this quite a bit on the show, and I was so effing hyped when I heard that you were. Do kids say hyped anymore?
I think so. I say it.
All right, sweet.
I'm not a kid anymore, but
when you were doing a book signing, and I was at work strutting around. Oh, I can't stay today. I'm going to a book signing. My friend wrote a book, and he signed. I'm going to a book signing. I was like just telling everybody off.
Yeah.
Don't you talk to me. I know somebody that wrote a book, and he's doing a book signing. Here's the middle finger. I got no time for you.
There's no correlation. It's just like, you can't talk to me that way because I got a friend that wrote a book.
It's like, hey, Mark, we have some paperwork for you. Hold on a second. I got a friend who wrote a book. He's doing a book signing. I can't deal with this right now. Don't talk to me. And I just walked in circles around the office, just daring somebody to say some shit. Say some shit to me right now.
Yeah, no, but we've been hyping this up for a long time too, man. We were both. I was excited about it too. We were both. I mean, I imagine you were excited. You were the one that was going to be doing it. But yeah, if you guys don't remember, Will had a signing scheduled at Riverside, Barnes and Noble. At 3:00 today, which was the 24th. Right? Yeah, it's 24th. Yeah,
and I got there. I was looking around like, where's the book signing going to take place? I walked around the place like, oh, maybe it's over here. They got to be doing over here, and I'm like, okay.
Did they have anything? I wanted to get there at 3 before we get into what happened, but I'm just gonna, before I forget. Did they even have anything going on?
There's nothing going on there. I saw.
Oh, that makes so much worse.
There's nothing going on there. I saw.
Yeah.
I went in there or maybe around like 2:30, maybe 2:35. And I walked in and I was looking for something. So I was gonna be like, oh, that's probably where it is. I was looking for a setup of some kind. Like, oh, I'm going to go to the setup. So I mean, the way that particular location, I think they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I walked around. I went to the back, like maybe somewhere in the music section for whatever reason. And then I was like, maybe it's over by the kids section because they got a lot of space. I'm like, I'm trying to justify. And, they're very helpful. They're like, you need anything? I'm not, I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm walking around. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'm too, I didn't think I was too early. I was thinking I was going to catch you there while you were getting set up and before everything was going down. And I'm going to be like, hey, thumbs up. And then it got to a point where like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And I talked to this, again, very nice person. And she was like, what? And I'm like, you don't know you're doing a book signing? I'm like Riverside, Barnes and Noble. There's supposed to be a book signing, and then it was like, oh yeah, there was, but we're not doing it now. And I'm like, so yeah, but I didn't see anything going on, at least when I was there. Yeah,
and then Mark did a very rare thing. And he called me.
Yeah, very rare. Very rare.
I think me and Mark have talked on the phone 3 times
in our lives.
Yeah. Or at least in the cell phone era. Before you didn't have a cell phone, so I had to call your house.
Oh yeah,
back in that day. You were proud of that, dude.
I sure was.
Yeah, he was proud of that. Yeah,
leash free.
When I first met him and we were gonna start hanging out, he didn't have a phone. It would go to the house phone here. Yeah,
it was so
funny. But he's just like, I don't want to be available.
It felt like a leash. It felt like that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other story. But so he did the rare thing and he called me.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shoot,
what's going on?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't let you know, man, but it got canceled. Yeah,
thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah. You're welcome. It's his fault, really. He's the one who knew about it. But yeah, so what happened, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I hit them up. Because originally, what the plan was to come out here, because every year I try and come out every 2 weeks, right? And do this whole thing, see everybody and everything like that. So this time I was like, oh, well, this would be perfect because I could promote my book releasing June 14th. I can't do the book signing for the books it's not out yet, but I can do the first book. I can do a book signing for the insertion. So I hit up Barnes & Noble and they're like, and I even checked the previous emails today, so I know I'm right. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm coming out there. I'm flying out there from Memphis. I was like, pick the 24th or the 25th, whatever day works for you guys.
Yeah.
Long story short, they're like, we agree on the 24th. Cool, 3 p.m. Great. And then we all do our part, promoting it, whatever. And they hit me up. I drove out here on Monday. I think it was Tuesday, where the lady who was in charge was like, yeah, well, we can't do it. Can you do it on Saturday? And I'm like, my grandma was even in the car. And I told her, and even she looked at me. She was like, what? It's like 3-4 days before. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Trent, and we were like, well, we could do it Saturday. But in my mind, I was like, well, we already have plans to do stuff, and like on Saturday. And like the original agreement was Friday, like 3 p.m., which is fine if you want to cancel, but you're talking about like 3 days beforehand, right? So then I go to Barnes & Noble that same day, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I can talk to them and see if there's something going on, because they never told me in their initial email like why they wanted to cancel. I was like, all right, whatever. Maybe I talk to them, I can figure this out.
Yeah.
So I go there and talk to some associates, and they're like, oh yeah, no, just, and they were like, no, you should be fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Like a day passes, and then that's when I get emailed again, like, yeah, we have to cancel. So thanks for using us, but we're gonna have to hopefully you think about us next time. And I'm like,
why would I do that?
yeah. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would I even?
Yeah,
like,
you've
waste?
shown me who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like you. This was clearly something with your schedule. Something was going on wrong, which is why I was curious if they even had anything going on, because I've done 3 book signings. Majority of them sold out. And
Nice.
throw it out there. But like, I've never ran into this issue before.
Yeah.
And I have a book signing in Memphis it's like a meet the author thing.
Yeah.
But I have another one set up in Memphis when I get back for this book the day it releases.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's bad business, right? Like you have people coming in for a book signing or whatever it is, right? At like your place, and you cancel it like 3 days before without even saying like, hey, why? Okay, you offer another day, but at the same time, like, I'm coming out here. I'm flying out here. I only have, like, I get it. I also want to do the book signing, but I also have friends and family I want to see.
Right.
And I told them, like, people are making time on Friday to come up and see me.
Yeah.
Right. That's how business works. You made a deal. Here's the time. Here's the place.
Yeah.
It's agreed upon. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and without even giving you a reason, and then the fact that you had to fly out here.
Yeah.
You
Can
flew
you
out
imagine
here.
if you came out here specifically for that reason?
Yeah,
Just to be like, eh.
Yeah, well, if you flew to like effing Kansas City where you don't know anybody,
Oh,
and then they canceled on you, and it's just like, I'm only out here for this. Like, why would you? Yeah. So that bugged me too. So when because we were on the phone talking about it, and I was like I was like, dude, I mean, if you gotta do it Saturday, man, like, don't worry, we'll work around it, man. We'll be fine. We can do shit around the signing as long as you get the signing done. And then when your response was like, it's the principle, man. It's the principles. We gotta have all these principles, yeah. And I was like, I get it, man. Because I'd be bothered. I'd be super bothered by it because you had to buy your own books, right?
Oh, yeah.
To get the books made, and then bring them back and then fly out here and then get them signed. They try to get them signed and sold. You know what I mean? And it's like, the fuck, man. Like, they screwed you over completely on that.
Yeah. So now it's like I have hardcovers and soft covers. So like if anyone like wants one. I'll sign all of them and then just DM me and we can figure out
okay,
maybe whatever.
Very cool.
Which is fine. Yeah, like we can do that still. But like it just wouldn't cool like growing up in Riverside.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah. Hometown boy makes good. That's the fucking
yeah.
I'm super unprofessional, man.
Yeah.
And I love Barnes & Noble, man. I love books.
Yeah, I love the hell out of
bookstores.
Barnes & Noble.
Love going in there.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah, but that's me the wrong way.
So the other book signings that you've done have they been just at like different bookstores, or have they been at Barnes & Nobles?
They were at Barnes & Nobles.
Wow. So ours is the piece of
I mean, it is Riverside, so
yeah, it is Riverside.
No, it was. I think it is the standalone store. Yeah, I don't know. Because the other ones were fine. Like, set up a time. I sent them the same information. They set it up. And one of the stores, I didn't even have to purchase my books. They purchased the books. They had everything set up when I got there.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, which
That's
is
how
cool.
it seems like it should be.
Where's that
but
one
yeah.
at?
That was in. I did one in Richmond, Virginia, one in Williamsburg, and one in I think it was Newport News, all in Virginia when I was living there. And I can't remember which one that was, but yeah, they were all
They had it all set up for you already?
One of them did. Two of the stores I had to do the same thing here, like buy the books and everything. But it was fine. Like everything was set up and they added tables and which was fine. But yeah, this is the first time. And again, I'm not mad that they had to cancel. It's more of like the fact of like it's so short notice.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Without
like
giving a
just
good
annoying.
reason. Or,
At least tell me why. Like,
yeah.
It's the same. I'm gonna say this, and I'll get off my high. The same thing happened flying out here. Is I had a connecting flight into Dallas, but the flight from Memphis was delayed, causing me to miss the flight from Dallas to here.
Yeah.
And they didn't even give us a reason as to why it was delayed.
Mm.
So it was like, what are these reasons? Like, just tell me why.
Yeah. I mean, that helps a lot. Just that way I can calm down as opposed to like spinning something in my mind and then thinking like the fact that you don't, I don't want to say you don't respect me enough, but you don't have the courtesy to at least tell me so I will know what's going on. I can come to terms with it or whatever. Yeah.
I guarantee you, it's Stephen King. I guarantee you would have told him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they would have. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, what is the inconvenience though? Like, what do they have to do for your signing? Like, put a table out there, and then what? Like, is there like somebody have like what? Why? Like, what was so important to their day that they had to cancel your thing? Because like, we just can't spare the resources. Like, well, what do you got to do? Like, move a table out there?
Yeah.
Like, get two people that are already there, move the table out to the front, put a chair there. And
That's all day.
That's it. They don't gotta babysit you, right? You just
and even if they said they didn't have a table, I'd have been like, that's no problem. I know enough people in Riverside where I can bring a table. I can bring my own table.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think it was just different. And again, I'm not saying it doesn't happen like other authors. I'm sure it does in this whole there's 50 states. I'm sure. I'm sure it happens, but it's just like. It just seems a little unprofessional.
I agree.
Yeah, you're being nice. It's very unprofessional.
Yeah. Well, from now on, I will go to the Merino Valley Barnes and Noble. And I don't like going to Merino Valley because it is scary out there.
And you know what? I've scary.
The arms crossed over. It is scary.
I don't like it. I'm afraid. I was gonna. I've been ordering when I buy books, I will typically buy them on Amazon, right? Because it's quicker, it's easier, it's done right there. And I'm thinking like, man, I really need to support like the businesses kind of thing. And there's not really, I can only think of like maybe one mom and pop business that's a bookstore kind of thing. So I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to, when I'm here, I'm going to buy some stuff at Amazon. Not right now, because I feel one, if you were doing your book signing, I'm not going to go buy a bunch of other books and then,
not true.
then go there. So I said,
hey, look at all these books I just bought.
Yeah, that's great. Okay,
yours.
Bye. So I wasn't going to do it right then and there, but so I thought, let me start, supporting like the brick and mortar places, but. Yeah, now I guess I'm going back to Amazon, I suppose. Or I got to find another place to, physically buy a book. But Barnes and Nobles, man. Yeah, I love Barnes and Nobles. It's such a great. They have these little cool little knick-knacky things, and
I love books, man. So I can spend hours in there. But
anyways, bastards.
Yeah, I tried to get a job there when I was in high school, and I interviewed for it, and I thought I did a pretty good job, and they didn't give me the job, and I was like.
Screw you, Barnes and Noble.
The same Barnes and Noble.
Over
two.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to think. You know what? I think now that we're all telling our Barnes and Noble story.
Let it out.
Right.
Let it out, Mark.
No, I think I applied for a job there too when they first opened up.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they were looking at me because I want to say I applied for a manager job or something like that. And I think they called my old boss, and my old boss was trying to get me to come back. So.
Yeah.
Which was nice. It was cool.
Oh, okay,
But
got it.
yeah, it didn't work there though. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I wasn't. I just applied there just to be like,
They were
I'll
like,
apply.
"No, this guy is the wrong color, so he can't work here."
Wow, that took a turn.
I'm just assuming, man. Company with those values, man.
Yes.
Just assuming, man. Just
Yes.
assuming. I'm assuming. So, you have any new book signings coming up that you have scheduled outside of this one?
I have Meet the Author in Memphis, and that's scheduled for June 14th.
Oh, nice.
So that one they have Mark. So Mark Graney, who's the guy that does he's the author to the book. I got a brain fart. Oh my god, Netflix even made a movie from this. Oh, The Gray Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Oh yeah, with Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've seen him twice. Him and Brad Thor. They go there. What it is like they go there. They have all this, and this particular bookstore in Memphis is called Novel Memphis, and it's pretty cool because it's this local bookstore that's connected to a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And like they have this bar set up like in the bookstore that's also attached to the restaurant, so you can sit there, read a book, drink, watch a game, and they have this whole back room where they can set up like all these chairs, and they have this. They call it Meet the Author. So they have authors come in. Author picks someone to ask them questions and stuff. So they ask them questions for like 30 minutes, and then the other 30 minutes turns like a book signing.
Yeah.
The person asks questions, and then people in the audience ask questions, and then it turns into book signing. So that's what I have going on June 14th when I get back.
Nice.
And then after that, I'll figure it out and start from square one with trying to get some more book signings and stuff. So
very nice. That's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was cool. I've always done this the book signing. You sit there at the table and try and help people. Hey, sir, you looking for a new book?
Yeah.
Throwing stuff at him. Right.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, man. That's solid. No, we're super proud of you, man. We're always talking about you all the time, and we're excited about what you got coming. But so we talked to, I don't know if you heard that episode with Greg.
Listen,
yeah,
cool.
that was a good episode, and he got into the publishing side of things, and I think, man, I know Mark was also supremely interested in that side of the process. So, what are your I guess right off the top, what's your experience like with self-help publishing?
So I've had obviously everyone wants to get the top 5 publishing companies, right? That's everyone's goal. Like Simon & Schuster, HarperCollins, all those top 5 press companies, whatever. So with my experience, and I asked, so going back to one of the Meet the Authors with Mark Graney, I was able to catch his agent. I'm pretty sure he was his agent, who was with him. And so after I got the book signed, his agent stepped out to go into the store or for whatever reason. So I got mine signed by Mark, but I was like, I wouldn't want to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I went to go talk to him, and I was like, hey, if you have anything, like any tips or anything, what would you say? And he was like, well, for a new author, he's like, you have to have an agent. He's like, you have to have an agent. Because if you don't, it's extremely difficult. It's like, it's not gonna happen. Like, you need to have an agent because I'll give you a perfect example. So this is the second book. The third book, which is already done, right? Your dad's looked at it.
Yeah.
So the next step after I get it finalized is sending it off to agents. Right?
Yeah.
Because you send it off to agents, and agents, they don't get paid, or at least from my understanding, they don't get paid until you get paid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and like these top publishing companies, they don't accept random manuscripts unless it's from agents or like people they trust, because it keeps the riffraff. Not saying there's horrible people.
Yeah,
but
like,
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like, keeps the riffraff away from getting like multiple manuscripts.
Yeah.
Which is why he was talking about you need an agent to help push for you, because they're gonna advocate for you. They're not gonna get paid until you get paid.
Right. Yeah.
And they want what's best for their client. And of course, there's bad agents and good agents, I'm sure. But for me, because this is just something I love doing, so I'll push out the agents. push out the publishing companies who don't ask for agents, you know, for a certain time period, and then I'll just self-publish. That way the book still gets published. It's still, you know, it's not cheap, but either way, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll self-publish. I'll find an editor. The editor I've been using the past 2 times, and then I'll find a book publishing that they do a cover design.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do an editor. We'll edit it back and forth, and that's a process because there's like the amount of money you pay gets you a certain amount of rounds, like with the editor.
Oh, okay.
I'll get an editor, and then that's finalized. I have a company I use for the cover designs. So they do the cover design, they do the formatting, they do everything, so that they get it perfectly the way you want it.
Yeah.
So you upload it into the third party website. It's called Ingram Spark.
Oh, great. Yeah, my dad, same. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're familiar with it, and I'm pretty sure they're like the top self-publishing web company, right? And but the company that I use, you send them an idea of what you want for the cover design, and you know, depending on how much you pay, you get a certain amount of ideas, right, or like designs for your cover.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I know exactly what I want when I write these books, and I don't come up with a cover design until after the book's edited. Like, I haven't even thought about the cover design for the third book, even though it's already done, and it's like I've edited it twice. Your dad's looked at it. I don't even know what the cover design is going to be.
Yeah.
But I'll keep that to the very end. But for the first 2, I've known exactly what I want it to look like, and they've done an outstanding job, because the first book I got nonstop like loves about the cover design.
Yeah.
And then this book, this is exactly what I wanted. What I wanted, because I wanted all casings and then one full round representing one of the characters who the bad guys are coming after.
Yeah.
One round. The rest, if you look at the book, all the rounds are casings, but there's only one actual round.
Ah.
Interesting. Yeah.
See
I
that?
don't think I've really thought about it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a very good analytical person. So I was like, oh, a bunch of bullets.
So you have some rhyme and reason for that.
Yeah.
And I it's kind of stuff I like, right? Like, I don't like being all up in your face. I like stuff in general that's like
More subtle, or
yeah, like subtle stuff. Like I just bought getting kind of off topic, but like I bought a pair of boots, and they're ostrich skin, right? So like walking around, people can be like, oh great, it's a cool pair of boots, whatever. But like if you know anything about boots, you're like ostrich skin, right? Like snake skin, like, oh damn, that's a nice pair of boots. Like I got compliments on the boots, right? But it's just like, it's like subtle stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I
see
like.
what you're saying.
Does that make sense?
I see.
100%.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I was where are you going with this
He's
movie?
making up stuff. No, but
sorry.
I'm the same way. Not with boots or whatever. Are those the boots that we saw pictures of you in?
Oh yeah.
He likes these boots.
Yeah,
he likes these boots.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. Like when it comes to, I think I've said it before. Like with like sweaters or T-shirts or whatever. Like I have one that's got the, like from Naruto. It's got the Akatsuki. It's just those red clouds on it, right? So I know what it means. And maybe a few other people that are into Naruto that much know what it means. But otherwise, it's very subtle. It just looks like a cool design.
Yeah.
On a thing, you know what I mean? Like I don't like wearing things that have like the names or anything all like you say, kind of in your face about it. Like if you pick up on it, that's what it's there for. So I get your subtleness.
Yeah, again, now this man, now you have to like look pretty hard to find a subtle superhero shirt, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's very
it's tough out there. It's tough to be ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? So but yeah. So is that your best advice then to get an agent or
that's what the guy told me.
That seems like that would be and then he turn around and hand you a card, right? Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that seems like that would honestly though, that it feels like that's the best way to go. Like it seems like you need some sort of in or some sort of representation or someone that can make the moves that you can't move.
You need an agent. I think, of being honest, like you just need an agent to make things easier because they know the business more than you. But like also, if you don't have an agent, then I would say you need lots and lots of money to market your book.
Yeah.
Because there's numerous authors out there, and I can't name it off the top of my head, but they're out there who market their book like with thousands of dollars. Like there's, I want to say it was, my aunt was telling me, I want to say it was the author who wrote 50 Shades of Grey. I think that was the author that they took out an article in the it's a famous New York like magazine or
The New Yorker. I was just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
It took out a piece in something, and that piece alone, that small piece, cost like $50,000.
Jeez.
Wow. Okay.
But like that helped put them like on the map.
Okay.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
But it's like it's
3
stuff like
bad
that.
movies later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's that. And then if you're already a movie star, then all you gotta do is write a book. Like, you see all these movie stars writing books. Like, have you read a book? Like, you just trying to get more cash.
Yeah.
That's the same with the podcast though, man. Because like we have been doing this for 3 years, over 3 years now, and then there'll be some celebrities that start it, and a month later,
Oh yeah.
they're making millions off it already. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, screw you guys, man. We're the ones grinding from the bottom here. Yeah.
And it's not fair, but at the same time, like I respect the hustle because they were doing something in like a totally different category. You know what I mean? And they came from some from the bottom, whatever. But like they were hustling, right? Like actors, they've grinded it out, and now they're up here, and now they want to make a book. Okay, let's try this. So they already have a following. They don't need to do much. They just got to throw the book at, and it instantly becomes a New York bestseller, right? Because they're already, an actor.
I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I don't. It sucks because it's kind of like, what?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like they've grinded in a different category, so they've already established themselves.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you're saying.
All right.
But I do get upset sometimes. Like, God, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what so if you were to like say to give advice to somebody that's like before like lower than where you're at, like say you got your 2 books in, 3 books in almost now. Like, so if you were to tell us, what's the advice you'd give to somebody that's new, that's still wants to write their first novel, say?
I'd say don't get discouraged.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like generic. But I'd say you have to write everything out, right? And figure out what you're gonna do, and you just have to do it because I'm gonna tell you, the first book was, I think, 72,000 words. This one is 80-ish, and this third book is like 96,000 words. It's almost 100,000 words.
Yeah,
and like that can be very daunting if you're starting out and like you're trying to make this novel.
Yeah,
right. Because like you look at the Harry Potter books, those some of those books are very thick.
Yeah.
Especially at the end, the further you go,
they
get thicker. Actually, just like you were saying, the further they go, they get there's more to them.
And I think that has to do with learning how to write and like learning how to develop a plot and the characters, and like the more you write, the more you read, the more you write, you develop more. But I would say you just have to do it to get better at it.
Yeah,
and you have to read because a lot of things a lot of the authors suggest is like you have to read. You can't expect yourself to be a great author. And I'm not saying I'm a great author, but like you can't expect yourself to be good at writing a novel if you don't read books, because the two go hand in hand.
Yeah,
like okay, if you're gonna argue that, it's like okay, well, where are you pulling your information from? You're gonna write a book. Where's your base? Like, where's your foundation?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, how do the characters speak? What's the plot? Like, where are you pulling your examples from? You need something to help you, depending on what genre you're in. So I tell people, I'm like, well, I like fiction, right? And I like thrillers. Because a lot of other books, they kind of bore me, so like that's that's mainly what I read.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, you know, I pull from like those types of books. You know, that's where I get ideas from, and my writing is sort of catered towards, you know, those types of books. But
God, okay. Yeah, like man, I see you posting all the time about like grinding, writing,
dude,
like that. Sitting down to like just sitting down to do it, man. Like to get started on it and to keep it going. That's a lot of work, man. That's tough. That's tough, man.
Yeah, I'd say that's what you got to do. And if it's something you want to do, you have to do it all the time, you know. And I haven't, you know, I haven't hit New York Times bestseller, but like it's something I love doing. You know, that's why I'm always writing. I was writing on leave. Like I told my mom, the goal was the third. Like I said, third one was done. So the goal for leave here, before I went back to Memphis, was to plot out the whole fourth book.
Oh yeah.
And then write it before December. That's when my birthday is.
Okay.
So that's 6 months. And then the plot and then the whole fourth book will be done. So I'll have the third one done, not necessarily published, right?
Yeah.
But the third one's already done now, and then I'll have the fourth one done, right? And that'll keep you ahead of the game, because there's a book called On Writing by Stephen King. I don't know if I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But he says he's like you should do 1,500 to 2,000 words a day, period, because that'll give you 120. I think it's like 120,000 words per quarter. That's 4 books a year. And like Stephen King dumps out books like left and right.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
so, you know,
feels like a lot, but
but I mean, when you have a publishing company who can, all you gotta do is write, and they do everything else for you.
Yeah, right.
You know, you don't have to worry about money, and so it's a little different for him.
Yeah.
How much rewriting do you think you would do? Like, let's say you do write a chapter or whatever. Do you find yourself like by the time you get to the third or the fourth chapter, you like go back and like, oh, I need to redo this, and you kind of start over? Do you let this might be a separate question too, so I apologize, but I mean, but it goes into the writing process. Like, I know you have like things mapped out, you have like a general outline. So I mean, do the characters, so to speak, do they become like organic? Like, do they start to like, as you're creating, or do they like start to go a different direction? Like, you want to do this, or this is your North Star for this part. But then as you're just creating, it feels like, you know, oh, he wouldn't do this, he'd do that. And then that turns into that, and that turns into that. And it starts going off into a different tangent kind of thing. Does that happen a lot, too much, or are you pretty focused with it?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. So one, I like to write, and I'll just like write. I'll write a chapter. 9 times out of 10, I probably won't go back and look at it for like spelling mistakes or anything.
Yeah.
I'll write 1,500, whatever, 2,000 words, whatever, even if I don't write that much. I'll write a chapter, close it up, because by that time, an hour or two staring at a computer all day, like on top of whatever else work, whatever else I got going on. Yeah. I'm done. That'll be it for the day. The next day I'll pick it up. Boom. I'll just keep going. And
you won't reread it?
No. I'll just keep going throughout the entire book. And then once everything is done, then I'll go back and I'll be like, okay, now the whole book is done, and I'll go in and like I'll dive into it.
Okay, I see.
I know Stephen King said he goes in, and maybe it was just for one book, but he'll write a chapter, he'll go in and like reread the chapter, right, and just make sure that chapter's like perfect before he goes on to the next one. I think Jack Carr said he was told to not go back and like look at a chapter, right? Because then you start to like overthink it and all this other stuff. And the other point I was gonna make regarding the character, right, the arcs, was another thing that Stephen King said. I would say that's Stephen King.
No, it's all good.
He said that you need to not be so concerned about staying on a path. Yeah. Right? Like map it out, do whatever you got to do. Yeah. But like as you're writing, you'll find that your characters will do things in your story that don't line up with what the original plot was. Right. Like you'll be typing, and that'll happen to me. Like you'll be typing, doing whatever, And then you'll just find yourself, oh shoot, this makes a lot more sense than what I had mapped out based on like how the story's going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like it's one thing to plan it out, and then it's like a road trip, right? Like you plan out this whole road trip across the U.S., and then like maybe a storm happens, and you like find this little, this little bar or something else. Like, oh, I'm gonna deviate this way a little bit.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna make it back to my path. But there's a different path I can take that may be more exciting, or it may bring out the character more, or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of curious about or wondering about. Like, do you find it like the path is just like it's just gone way off tangent kind of thing? You know what I mean? Again, I know you have there's probably like points that you want to happen by here, there, and there kind of thing. But if it starts to go off, you are pretty confident that it probably confident that'll never go that far off course, because this always needs to happen. Like, gunfight, bad guys. So it's,
it's and you can always, and at the end of the day, like, it's still your story, right? Like, you can always like cater it if it's gotten too far out. Like, there's been times where I'm like typing and I'm like, okay, maybe that's not that believable. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's not that believable. But then another time it's like, oh, well, this is also fiction, so like I can get away with a little bit more, than like a nonfiction person can get away with.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Okay.
Well, solid, man. Solid for sure.
Yeah. And as far as that marketing thing is concerned, because I think Greg was talking when we were speaking with him, like you can pay a certain amount of money, and then like maybe your book will pop up as a commercial. Oh, got too far away. It'll pop up on a commercial on like on YouTube or Facebook or whatever the case may be. Yeah. I guess that's, the more you pump into it, maybe the more often it shows up, or for different searches. Is that like that's how marketing is essentially done? Is that's your biggest option other than, taking out a $50,000, ad in a magazine?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's online stuff, essentially.
Yeah, I think he hit that one on the head. I think like if you look at ads on Instagram, right? Like when you're scrolling, perfect example is Mark Wahlberg's brand, Municipal, right?
Oh, okay.
I like it. I like the brand mainly because I like Mark Wahlberg, and there's a show called Wahlberg. I think it's Wahlberg on HBO. No, Wall Street, I think is what it is.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great show because it shows the dude has like 8-9 different businesses, and he hustles so hard to get all of his businesses, and like you see like the behind the scenes stuff. But I say all that because he has a clothing line called Municipal, and I like it a lot. It's a little expensive, but I like it a lot. But on Instagram. I'm scrolling and like all I see like Municipal, and like on his page, every other day, every other post, he's posting like his tequila brand or like his clothing line when he's playing golf, or like it's constantly flooding your feed. But like he has the backing and the money to do that.
Yeah, you can do it forever.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost any money to make a post, but it costs money to boost the post.
Oh yeah.
So like
that makes sense.
Yeah,
really. Literally, it's money.
Yeah.
A
lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Everything I feel like ever.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, when was the last time I saw a commercial or some advertisement for a book?
Yeah.
Not really. So,
yeah,
I don't know. So,
yeah,
I don't know. How do you feel about the whole publishing world? Is it more? I don't know. I mean, you don't have much of a choice if you're an author.
Yeah,
you're in it.
Yeah. I mean, you can get away with self-publishing. It's just. You can become big. I mean, I'm sure there's authors out there who become famous, right? Yeah. But it's just harder. That's just all it is. But like you get more freedom to pick, what you want because you're self-publishing it.
Yeah.
If you come in a publishing company, it's okay. You start to become more restricted because you're working for them. Right? Like what do they want?
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's like working for like a major studio or something.
Yeah, like kind of like a Zack Snyder thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's
crazy, man. I mean, but I think there's some merits to staying independent though, for as long as you can too. Because you get to do what you want.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And no one's gonna be telling you how to write your book. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
I think I don't. I was thinking about this a lot the other day, man. I've always said I want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be told how to make films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I may not ever want to be a studio director.
Yeah, that's 100% all right.
I probably just want to be an independent guy doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you own your own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Yeah. The one. Yeah, my grandma told me this like last week. She was like, she's 83. She goes, you know, because I saw a book of hers on her nightstand, and we started talking about like writing and stuff, and she was like, you know, books nowadays, their plots aren't that advanced. It's like they're so linear, like across the board. So going back to your plot thing, on like the character arc and stuff. So I didn't even put two and two together. I'm like, damn, she makes sense. Cause like you can read a book, you know what's gonna happen. Like depending on like, it's like, oh, it's so linear. Like, okay, oh well, this guy dies, this chick dies. Oh well, there's the bad guy. Okay, well I'm pretty sure I can predict what's gonna happen. So she's like, it's a book. It should have a lot more depth, right? Like it's not a movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a 007 movie. I know who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
Right. But,
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
That was interesting.
For sure. Solid, man. Well, I'm running on fumes here, man. So sorry.
You're good, dude.
But I'm gonna get. I want to do a final segment with you.
And before you do that final segment,
oh balls, man! I thought I got it.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought I got it. We're trying to slap a bug here.
With this. Yeah, we're not crazy, everybody.
Yeah. But you're sorry. You said you wanted.
Oh yeah, it was a the bug got me. I was distracted. Oh well, I know the weird thing is I've got like a bunch of books. Honestly, I bought like probably like this year I've probably bought like a good like 15 different books, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna set it aside, blah blah blah. I haven't made a lot of time for it. There's one point in time where I was like reading stuff like all the time. It's not funny. Don't make fun of me. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel? And this doesn't have to turn into a big thing, but how do you feel about like, you know, books in general? Like, do you feel like that's something that's kind of going by the wayside? Do you feel like your grandmother's still reading books? I mean, books are still being published. People are, you know what I mean? Do you feel like it's more of like, you know, like newspapers, for example? Yeah. That's like a medium that's it's kind of fading, kind of thing. So do you feel like that, or that's not the case with books, or how do you feel about that?
I think like for like people like me, like I would rather have a book,
you know, in
in
my hands.
To read. Like to read, you know. But I think there's so much going on like in the world. I have a lot of people who are like, roll your books on audiobooks. I'm like, no, not yet. And like, oh, when it does, let me know, right? And like people who they don't have time, they don't find time to read and like stuff like that, which is fine. But it comes down to, do you not have time, or like what are you doing with your time, right? And like time management is I mean everything comes down to time management, right? Like do you not have time to read, or do you have time? You're just using the time
for
to read
for shit, to scroll through TikTok,
like TikTok or like Instagram, right? I mean, if we're being honest, it probably is falling by the wayside. You know, you have podcasts and you have like audiobooks, you know, I'm honestly surprised Barnes & Noble is still in store. Yeah. I'm just, because I think about that all the time. I'm like, God, like how is the store like still lasting, you know? Like when you can just, not even an audiobook, but I can download the same book on my phone. Yeah. You know, and not have 15 million books in my house for no reason, taking up space. Yeah. I can just put them on my phone. When I'm done reading, I can just delete it. Yeah. You know, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm actually surprised Mike Barnes & Noble is still around. Yeah.
I think as much as technology has changed, and you know, I listen to a lot of audiobooks now because that's just what I have time to do when I'm working. I don't really have time to have a book in my hand as much, you know. But at the same time, though, I don't think you can ever replace that feeling of a book in your hand, the smell of the pages. You know, I think that's something that might always kind of still be around.
For sure.
You know, I think even like, that's probably not as good of an example, like records. People still collect records, play records like the old way, because this is a certain aesthetic about it that's not the same as listening to it digitally, you know.
For sure.
So I think there's always gonna be space for it, but how popular will it be? Yeah. I guess,
And that's what I don't want. I suppose I don't want. I don't want it to become something that's. It's almost more nostalgic.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
Sure.
I mean, people still have to create things that. Like so many movies are based on books. That's always been the case, kind of thing. So I mean, there's always going to be people creating. Yeah, I'm just curious because I know there used to be like a lot more publishing companies, and now there's a lot less today. You know what I mean? Is it going to get down to just one or two, and there's going to be so much gatekeeping going on? I don't know. But like I said, I hope that's not the case. It's very cool that you're getting it done. You know what I mean? You've already got 3 books and, or third on the way and a 4th one in the pipe in the chamber.
Yeah.
Ready to go. So
yeah,
you're doing it, man. So
yeah,
very cool.
Dude. Yeah, congratulations on all that, man. It's pretty big deal. Dude, excited for it. Cool, man. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I know you've already done the rapid fire with us before. So I'm gonna test a couple of new questions on you.
Oh, nice.
All right, so you're gonna be the first.
I had
one.
some new questions too, but I always no, I don't have it right now. I forget them,
that'd be great.
I got them somewhere in the phone. I was like, oh, this would be a great question to ask, and then it's like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
These are pretty rudimentary though. These are just trial runs. So you're gonna be the test.
The guinea pig.
Guinea pig. Okay.
Let's do it.
This one's obviously I know this one. The answer to this one, but Batman or Superman?
Oh, Batman.
Yes. Okay, Jedi or Sith?
Oh, I'll say Sith.
All right, who's your favorite Sith character then?
Darth Maul.
Oh, duh. You just said that earlier.
Yeah, so, yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is the reason just because don't play
did.
lightsabers? Is that the only reason, or?
Yeah,
That's why he wants to be a bad guy.
yeah, it's just the double lightsaber, double rainbow.
I mean, that is awesome though.
Yeah, like
don't play lightsaber. That was mine. That's mind blowing.
I think I like him so much as a Sith because he kills Qui-Gon Jinn and then almost kills freaking Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And before that, let's not forget, he almost ran over Anakin on the speed bike.
that's a good quality.
like, I'm just saying, like the dude just does not care.
He's a Sith, man, deals in absolutes. So
right. And he was so cool when he came out, though,
Yeah.
man, because his character was so different.
Yeah.
And I mean, plus it was everything. Lightsabers had just been like these very, very blocky, like samurai-esque kind of things.
How did what's his name from Screen Rant or Pitch Meetings? He describes like, oh, it's gonna look like 2 old guys hitting each other with canes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. Then you got Maul coming out, and he's like, doing all the flips, and he holds the thing out, and the other one comes out in that trailer. It's like when that trailer comes out, it was like.
Dude.
Everybody, you can hear the world go, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so
still,
he's a cool
one of the
character.
best lightsaber battles, I think,
Yeah, it's good.
in all of Star Wars, man. So,
good.
yeah,
I would agree.
I'll take that. Do you have a favorite superhero team?
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I like Justice League.
Justice League?
You know,
Alright.
I like Justice League, kind of old school. You know,
Yeah.
Maybe I like DC or
Yeah.
Batman. You know, so.
For sure. You have a favorite villain?
I'm sure if I were to look through all of them, I'd have like a distinct one that I could think of. I'd say probably Magneto.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Probably Magneto.
Yeah.
Because I like Gambit as my favorite character,
Mhm.
but like Magneto's dope.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. And I think you get where he's coming
Right, yeah,
from.
you can't be too mad
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Is there a character that you just hate? Like a superhero character, right? I guess anywhere. Yeah. Or someone that has who is like the most useless or worst powers, like something like that.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough. I know growing up I gave you crap about Spider-Man, but
Oh yeah, we did show you about Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Oh, because your argument was this guy can't pay his own rent.
Yeah,
That was your argument. Like, that's why you like him. That's why you like this. It's part of the character. That was your argument. Yeah.
I think. I don't know if I have a hero that I hate, but I did hate I just hated Superman because I'm like, the dude do everything. Like he can do freaking everything, bro. And then
I've heard that argument before.
Yeah, it's just like, we get it. But yeah, I don't think it's a character that pops out of my head who I just hate. You know,
bugs you or annoys you or
yeah, not off the top of my head. And maybe because it's I'm with you, I'm running off. Maybe the case. But yeah, it's just Superman. Yeah, he does everything, so it's just annoying.
Yeah,
it's just annoying. But I don't necessarily hate him as a character.
Oh,
if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay, so if you had, so think about your favorite superhero world or fantasy world or whatever that you had to live in. If you had to have a regular job in that world, what would you want it to be? Like if you were just a regular person in that world, who would you want to be?
Is it in that specific world, or is it like...
well, just think about like your say you wanted to live in the world of DC.
Yep.
But you can't be one of the superheroes. What kind of job would you want? Like who would you want to be in that world?
Oh, so you're just like a regular Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
In Gotham City, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Like as an example.
Yeah, or like in DC, like in general. Yeah. In a world of superheroes and gods, you had to be a regular person. What would you want to do?
God, well, I don't know if I'd want to be in Gotham City because they get jacked. That city
a lot
is
of murder.
Yeah. Superman would be hard too, though, or Metropolis. Because I mean, it's Superman.
They're murdering. It's big.
Yeah,
it's like lasers and missiles and
buildings crushing you.
Damn.
Could be anything.
Yeah, whatever because I mean, I know you answered. I don't know what you answered. What geek world you wanted to live in. I don't remember what you answered for that. But
screw it. I'd probably be a bartender, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Make me a bartender in New York in Spider-Man's world.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because I could be sitting there crafting this awesome cocktail, and then a car just comes flying by. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, and then when all that's said and done, I can just be like, when everything's prepared, yeah, dude, like I'm making this old fashioned. Yeah, bro, like, so I was here when when Doc Ock came and just threw 15 cars over there, bro. Like,
I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing, dude. Like, yeah, I'd be a bartender, bro.
Oh, that's good.
Just be a great little eyewitness.
Yeah, bro. Like, like, just don't mess up the shop, you know. But just, oh wow, there goes another car. Here we go again, Spider-Man. Yeah, you know.
Saw this guy flying right across.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, it's all That was the last one. That's basically the last one. I had a couple other like weird ones, like go on a date with Wonder Woman or go on a mission with Batman, or I don't know, something like like bro hang out with Batman, or go on a date with Wonder Woman, or something like that. You know, I had a couple questions I'm trying to workshop, but yeah,
that's awesome though.
Oh yeah, I do. I'd say Batman because like. You're probably not gonna get far with Wonder Woman.
I was gonna say that was my obvious answer. It was Wonder Woman, but that's true.
The question basically is analyze: did you want bro time or do you want to hang out with a girl?
Or you're running the numbers. Like, am I really gonna get?
What's gonna yield the best results for the night?
That's my evening. Wonder Woman don't put out. That's what everybody says. That's the rumor. At least Batman will teach you something.
Yeah, you know.
They'll give you a batarang when you leave.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Here's a cape and a cowl. We'll call you when we need you.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Batman.
That's great. Yeah.
You're just sitting there dinner the whole time, just like, oh, you're cool, but
she could like kill me with
a sneeze. Yeah. But I got some more I got to workshop. I'm gonna keep working on them. Cool. But yeah, thanks for playing along though with our testing grounds for for our new thing. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Anyway, man. So Retribution comes out on June
14th.
Yeah.
June 14th.
Yeah, and where can everybody else find you? And information about your books and stuff.
Instagram, author _Wilbur _M. And I mean, I have a Facebook too and a LinkedIn, but I really just do Instagram.
Yeah.
I do have a website too. I'd say Instagram is probably
Well, his links are always in our Instagram, but yeah, find your website. I'll put it up there as well. Remember, Retribution June 14th. Make sure you guys are getting ready. You guys get ready to order that. Or if you're playing along, we still got two more potential winners, right?
Yeah.
2 more potential winners for this for the contest. So if you don't win those next 2, this book comes in June 14th.
You can still get it.
And you can get a copy of Insertion, which is his last novel, and catch up because you want to know what's going on in this one. You got to read the first one.
There you go.
Yeah. So you want to copy the first novel? DM me, let me know, because I have
I have a bunch of copies that you can
we can price them out and everything, but yeah, I have a bunch of copies. Let me know.
Yeah, the DM will if you want a copy of Insertion. He has a bunch of copies on him, so that aren't gonna be used for what they're supposed to be used for. So yeah. Anyway, man, I guess it's gonna be it then, huh? Yeah, we did it. Yeah, dude, thanks for coming on, man. I know you only out here for a couple of days, so
yeah, man, you make time for us, so
do the show for us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I love with everything you guys are doing. So I listen to you guys' podcast. I'm driving through Gotham City, and it's. I think you guys are great. You guys have like a good, awesome banter going. You know, it's differing opinions. I love it. I just keep it up, 100%.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it going, man, as long as we can. Yeah.
Unless we lose it and kill each other on camera one day. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
At least let me place bets if you do that.
Yeah.
We'll make a spectacle out of it for sure.
Yeah, we will, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, wait, with a shot. Okay, go.
So, thanks again, man. I appreciate it, dude. Good seeing you. Yeah, we'll see you next time when you're in town.
Cool. Yeah, dude.
Definitely.
Otherwise, I guess my name's Trent.
And my name is Mark.
My name is Will Drew.
Yeah. What are those
you
names?
get the book. Yes, you want to know? Get the book.
Yeah. No, this has been
Geek Off the Streets.
We did it.
We be in.
Nice.
We be in.
Nice.